Harihi Om Shanno Mitrasyam Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvariyama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Prachaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Prachaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now we are going through a very interesting lesson, the second level, lesson number 37. This is the most interesting and important lesson given by the master. I will try to explain to you in a simple manner. We have our love and hatred, our likes and dislikes, our jealousies and suspicions, our fears. All these things work in us as blockings in us and limitations in us. So this I need not explain to you because every one of us know about this, because we know what is love and what is hatred. We know what are the likings and what are the dislikings. And what about the jealousy and suspicions and our fears? At one stage, every one of us as humans, we develop these things and we come to understand the real value of life and the real meaning of life and the purpose of life. And once we enter into the spiritual life, a real spiritual life under the guidance of the great masters, then we will try to be free from our hatred and jealousies and the fears and suspicions and all the limitations. We will try to overcome all those things, and we try to enter into the real understanding of the nature, real understanding of the great masters and the teachings, and we will try to follow them. That is what we have to understand from here. So, but when the planets from outside are working, these blockings are gradually giving away, and when the time comes, these inimical forces that are working in us begin to speak with us. This is one of the most wonderful statements. We cannot expect this type of statement from any person, or you cannot expect from any book also. What is the statement? When the planets from outside are working, these blockings are gradually giving away, and when the time comes, when the planets are working from outside, what it means? From outside means, I explained to you many times in how many levels these planets will work on us. They work on the individual level, they work on the planetary level, they work on the soul level. And not only that, planets also work in three different planes. One is their original formula, their original principles. That is the first thing. Second thing, when they come to us and when they mix up with our own thoughts, our individual ideas, and our personality, and our ambitions and ideals, whatever it may be. When the original qualities of the planets, when they mix up with our individual qualities, then what happens? They lose their originality, and they will lose their originality, and they will work in a different way. The example is when you try to gather the water, the rainwater, in the sky itself, it is very pure, without any pollutions or without any dirt and everything. When once the rainwater falls upon the earth, then if it joins the muddy water, it will become a muddy water. And the rainwater joins the sea water, it will become salty. And when it falls on in the river, it will become very sweet. Like that, the original quality will be not there, but it depends upon the soil where the rainwater mixes. That's how I had to understand the original qualities of the planets. They will mix, when they mix up with the individual traits and qualities of the individual beings, they will mix up. That is what I explained in my first level of astrology classes. And then the third stage is, and we have to train ourselves to again go back into the original qualities of the planets. So if you refer the book Astrology, the Divine Science, I explained in one chapter in the planets chapter. It's very, very clearly. So you please go through those lessons once again. So that is what we mean when the planets work from outside. These blockings are gradually giving away, and when the time comes, these inimical forces that are working in us begin to speak with us. The inimical forces like jealousies or dislikes or hatred or whatever it may be, they disappear and they will try to begin to speak with us. How is it possible? This is very interesting. How is it possible? Our hatred in outside, in inside, jealousies inside and fears inside, they will come and speak with us. How? This you will find in the meditation. I will give you a small example. So when somebody is very sincere about their spiritual growth, when somebody is very sincerely following the path of yoga, or when somebody is following a great master with all his faith and surrenderance, a total surrenderance, and wanted to live a very pure and purposeful and meaningful life, when he plans his daily program according to the footsteps of the masters, the teachings of the great scriptures, when they are daily doing the meditations, trying to be friendly with the people around them without finding any faults with others, trying to rectify their own mistakes, and then what happens? It is a very common example to the people who are living in a right life. One day, all of a sudden, one feeling comes to their mind. The feeling is like when there are a lot of clouds in the sky, we cannot see the sun, even though the sun is there behind the clouds. When once the clouds disappears or pass away from that place to another place, and when we all of a sudden see the sun in the sky in the winter season, how you feel? We feel so happy. Suppose in the midsummer, in the hot summer, when there is no air, cool air, when you are sitting outside under a tree, suddenly when a cool breeze comes and touches our skin, our body, how do we feel? We feel so refreshing and so comfortable, so happy. If you remember this experience, or if you see your friend after so many years, and all of a sudden if it is happened to see him in a market or in the airport or in some garden or wherever it may be, then how do we feel? We feel very happy. This type of feeling we will have when these traits, these qualities of anger or irritability or separateness or individuality or jealousy or whatever it may be, once they disappear from our mind, we will have this type of feeling. Then what happens? Then begin to speak with us. Then they speak with us. How they will speak? They will remove horrible masks from their heads and they smile from within. They remove their masks of hatred or jealousy and everything, and then they smile from within. They smile from within. This is a very good usage of Master E.K. Master E.K. used to say it, inner smiling. We know what is outer smiling, but how do you know about the inner smiling? That we have to experience in our meditation or in our attitude. So they say this is only a drama, this is only to make you mature, to bring about a destined transformation in you. All these years we are living in you, we are playing a drama. What for? To make you mature, to teach you lessons. and to bring you about a desired transformation in you. All these years we are living with you. Why? Because we are trying to bring a transformation within you. Unless we play the drama, the limitations in you will not be removed. Unless we play the drama, the limitations will stay forever in you. That's why we played a drama in you. The purpose is to make you free from all these things and bring a transformation in you. All the petals are only green, but no beautiful colors. There is no fragrance. But we want to remind you that your petals should expand and blossom into a flower. Take the required colors which make the world delightful, and from the honey drops which we call maturity of the soul. This is a wonderful expression. So when the flower is in a bud state, not blossomed, it looks green and all the petals are closed. You cannot see any beautiful colors in that flower. You cannot see any bees, honey bees around the flower because the petals are very closed. Once the petals are open and the bud is blossomed into a flower, then we can see lot of flowers, lot of colors in the flowers, and we feel very happy when we see those colors. Then you know what happens? The honeybees are attracted by the colors of the flowers and the fragrance of the flowers, or the taste of the flowers. They slowly collect the honey from these flowers without disturbing any flower, and slowly they take the honey from the flowers and gather the whole honey. All the honeybees come there and gather all the honey, and they preserve at some place, and before full moon or some other day, again they take away they swallow all the honey, they ate the honey and they feel very happy, and honey will be finished. Again they start their hunt and go to the flowers, colorful flowers. Again they will gather the honey from the flowers. The beauty is, no honeybee ever disturb any flower. That's how we have to learn a lesson. If you want to learn something, if you want to take something, we should not disturb anybody in this world. That is the thing we have to learn from the honeybees. Lord Dattatreya, in his teachings, he used to say, I am having 24 masters, 24 gurus. Out of 24 gurus, honeybee is also one of my guru. Why honeybee means? It will gather the honey from different flowers and prepare the honey and preserve somewhere. As an aspirants, a disciples, interested in the spiritual life, trying to achieve our goals, trying to follow the divine plan, we should not confine to one particular thing, and we should be open to the great wisdom of the great masters of all the nations. We have to read their books. We have to follow their teachings. We have to understand their purpose of life. We have to understand the divine plan, how all the masters from thousands of the years, why they are coming to earth in different forms, with different teachings and with different philosophies, what is the purpose behind it. We have to read and learn all those things and follow the teachings, and we have to bring the required teachings which are suitable for us, and we have to follow. But we are not expected to condition ourselves to certain cult or certain sect, a certain group, a certain teaching. It is good to follow a master, is very good for the spiritual practice. To follow a master is very good to do the meditation or the prayer or whatever it may be given to us by them. It is always good. Instead of following so many methods of meditations and so many methods of training paths, no, I am not telling that. To follow one master is always good as far as practice part is concerned. As far as the teachings and the wisdom part is concerned, wisdom is like an ocean, like a space. So there is no boundaries. So as aspirants, we are expected to read as many books of possible from the different great people. There the honeybee will become our guru. That's what Master wanted to explain here. Take the required colors which make the world delightful, and from the honey drops maturity of the soul. That is how the planets indicate us. So, the incidents in our life which we understand as good and bad only have one effect upon us, that is good effect. One more interesting thing is, in our life there are good and bad incidents in our life. But when we are matured, when we are transformed, we will try to understand everything is good. Nothing like bad. Bad means wrongly understood, or wrongly doing something, or behaving in some other way. Most of the bad things come to our life because of our unmature way of thinking, unmature way of thinking or doing the things. So everything is good for us. We also learn the lessons from our mistakes. We should not interpret that good incidents have good effects and bad incidents have bad effects. We should never interpret as good incidents are good effects and bad incidents are bad effects. We should never interpret like that. We have to understand how to live beyond all these dualities. Always try to pick up a good path, teachings of the great people, live a happy life, and to explain to you the planets from outside, the blockings, they will remove horrible masks from their heads and they smile from within. They say this is only a drama. If to explain these sentences, it takes a long time, but whenever the time comes, I will try to explain to you. Okay? Thank you all.